Yeah, I'm going to be talking about a story that has given birth to a belief system of mine, which goes by the topic perseverance at a young age. So, uh, this belief system of mine has really given me a train of thoughts and train of conclusion of thoughts that individuals that faced trials or passed through difficult conditions at a young age end up finding it easy to succeed in this time and age. Why do I say so? Okay, take for example this story that I'm gonna tell you now. So where over here in Nigeria, right? There's this thing called there's I don't know if you know, but there's this thing called um middle school. There's this thing called public school and private school, right? So in private schools, you are opportune to board in school or just be going back home. So, but in government schools, it's just going home, no boarding schools, So, yeah, and I was opportunity to have to be in a private school that accommodates only going home. There was no opportunity for boarding in school. So, uh, and at the end of the day, when you're almost done with school, like I mean, your whole high school career, right? There's this big exam called WAEC. Look it up. It's a big thing for we Africans here, West African Examination Council. So it's taken at the end of your total stay in high school over here. So it's an exam that determines if you are eligible to go into college. If you're not eligible, if you don't write the exam, you cannot go to college. If you don't make the exam, you're not going to college. Actually, you ain't going nowhere. So, yeah, it's a big thing. So, um, I was reaching the end of my stay in high school and headed for the big exams, WAEC. So, you know, as usual, as it's normal for individuals, for youngsters to be scared of the exams because it's a big thing. It's determination of your futures, So I was scared and I had sweaty palms that exam day. I remember when I had to travel for the exam actually because my school wasn't accredited in writing exams. So I had to go to a school that was accredited. And take note, this school had provision. The school I was going to write the exam had provisions um for boarding in school. So yeah, and with stories I heard as of then, um, boarders that people that board in schools actually had rough times, a lot of rough times. I'm talking total school bullying, um, malnourishment of students because of bullying, and other scary stories like living with teachers, which is like the worst outcome of being in school. Nobody want to ever get to that level. So, um, yeah, while I saw the opportunity to board, I boarded. You know, it was a whole new life for me because with the rumors I've heard, it made me scared of how you know boarding school would be. But I had to do it because it was for my exams. The big exam. Yeah, and I discovered that the rumors were true. They really had a lot of tough time in boarding schools. Like I remember the bullying back then. Running away from duties that weren't meant to be yours, but were imposed on you because you're young and all that. Yeah, there were a lot of inequalities in school. So we really had it tough during the exam period. And it's a good opportunity for me. Why? Because at the end of the day, I discovered that a lot of individuals which were in that same line of uh, difficulty in school that were meant to people that were allowed to pass through difficult times in school that faced trials ended up actually being successful, very successful actually. But individuals that studied in my school, private schools that were opportune to just go home and not board school, they didn't really end up um, being successful as I thought. And next question will be why? Why weren't they successful? Well, it made me to go and research, and I discovered that many of my friends back then in my private school that didn't board students, they didn't really have this tough skin to actually go under the sun to look for jobs or anything. They just wanted to waste the time. They wanted to like waste the time and have a free life, have no control over them, which wasn't good. But individuals that were conditioned to hard life in this school I went to write my exams, right? They actually had um good lives. Why? Because they were conditioned to be hard. They were conditioned to strive for what they wanted. Oh, I forgot to make mention that many of them passed the exams very well, including me. I had like four distinctions, four A's, and the rest were B's and C's. So it really conditioned us to read harder than students that weren't pushed at all. So yeah, that's why they were successful. So I guess individuals that didn't like weren't like they weren't um taught to be tough at a young age might really have it hard in life. So yeah.